Up+Adam.
Tractor systems are offline.
We are Beyond FM.
Beyond FM.
The future of broadcasting is here.
Up+Adam with Adam Montiel. It's community content from Concentrate. It's Up+Adam with Adam Montiel.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Yes, some say life is just where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
Thank you so much for being Up+Adam. My name is Adam Montiel. Happy Wednesday. Smack dab middle of the week. Could see the weekend, that light at the end of the tunnel. Let me ask you this. What do you get when you mix a classical cellist, a globally acclaimed drummer, and a Steinway grand piano in a wine-soaked world-class jazz club in Paso? Well, you get Libretto. And you get Corey Jordan, co-founder, pianist, curator of chaos and soul, and a hometown kid who turned a coffee shop piano corner into one of the most intimate electric music venues on the West Coast. On May 22nd, which is tomorrow, Corey's taking that same stage for a night that's way more than music. It's a full circle fundraiser for the Libretto Conservatory, giving young musicians access to world-class jazz mentorship right here in town. We've had Corey on the show before. Last time we were up there sitting at that beautiful grand piano. And in just a few minutes, we're going to talk about the sound he's chasing, the kids that he's got the potential to lift up, and the piano he bought instead of a liquor license. Yeah, that happened. Stay tuned. Corey Jordan of Libretto is coming up on Up+Adam. Before that, thinking of maybe, I don't know, how about a little catch up with our boy, Sailing with Phoenix. It's a couple days away. Let's go.
I'm sailing with Phoenix. It's me solo and my cat. And some dead fish I'd never thought to give to the cat. Sailing with Phoenix.
All right, if you don't know Sailing with Phoenix, Oliver Widler, whatever, he is a 29-year-old inspiration
Sailing with Phoenix.
to millions. He has caught the affection of the world, I would say the country, but all over on social media. 29 years old, quit his job, bought a sailboat after emptying his 401k, and is now sailing for the first time on open ocean waters from Oregon to Hawaii. And he's just a couple days away from making it. Let's check in.
Started off this morning a little spicy. Woke up to my earlier in the morning. It's my head sail like flogging in the wind, so like flapping in the wind. And I wanted to go take a look because I thought I'd come off course or something. But I saw my head sail, which is the sail in the front, wrapped itself around the stay that comes down. And I realized I have about 1.5 million followers, and I realized about 1.4 million followers have no idea what I'm talking about. But just to say it, but yeah. So
I love the laugh.
I mean, now we're almost out of time here, but yeah, it twisted, and it was bad, kind of a bad situation. I think it came close to destroying the sail, but somehow, I didn't. We carry on.
Unbelievable.
I had to go back into that cave again to tighten down the nuts, because I've been sitting here just staring at the hydro vane, and I watched it move the whole shaft.
That's scary.
So, God, it's annoying. I know people are going to say to put jam nuts on and stuff.
Put on some jam nuts!
I would if I had them.
Oh.
It's one of those things I didn't think about. Because I don't have any nuts that are that size thread pitch on board. So I'm just going to go down there and really tighten it. And then, yeah, when I get to Hawaii, I'm just going to take it off and service everything and reinstall it. But it's not moving like it was, but like I was sitting here watching it, and I saw a lot of force go on the rudder, and it just clicked, just a really slight click. So
that's scary.
Go down there and check it out. Okay, yeah, we're clipping right along right now. We are moving, so that's good. Yep.
All right, so there you can kind of see where Phoenix is at. You could tell, I mean, I'm not going to say he's losing his mind, but he's always kind of a spacey dude, but he's also very calm. I mean, you could see a lot of these things could go to, I mean, you're solo, you're in the middle of the Pacific, and you're, what do you call it? Your hydro lift or your flipping bar, whatever. You know, it's loose. It's got this, it's got that. You know, the average person would be freaking the F out.
Sailing with Phoenix.
This guy is like unshakable for the most part. So, and just, you know, we wish him the best. Where are we at now? Maybe a couple days left. Get to Hawaii. Oliver, just get to Hawaii, my man. So we'll see. There you go. Sailing with Phoenix, the latest. Gots to check in with Sailing with Phoenix. All right, before we chat with Corey Jordan, I want to thank our friends at Pink Drank for being Up and Adam. Bring your thirst, leave your excuses, because this summer we pour pink. Pink Drank is back, 4th year. Saturday, July 12th at the Elks Lodge in San Luis Obispo. Over 30 of the hottest producers in wine, beer, cider, spirits, craft cocktails will be poolside, all dressed in pink, curated bites, a live DJ, and vibes you can't fake. This isn't your average tasting either. This is summer served sexy. I will tell you that right now. And this isn't your average tasting. This is summer served sexy. And it all supports the Woods Humane Society, also the Elks National Foundation, youth activities. Last year, we helped put a backstop at San Luis Obispo High School for the baseball team so you can party with purpose. It's exclusive. It's 21 and over. It's priced like it literally shouldn't be. So go grab your tickets right now before they sell out. Pink Drank, DRANK, pinkdrank.org.
It's Up and Adam with Adam Montiel.
All right, from the corner of a coffee shop during lockdown to one of the most exciting musical spaces around, and I mean around, Corey Jordan and his wife have built something rare. Libretto isn't just a wine and world-class jazz club. It is a vibe, a venue, and now it is a vehicle for change. He's got Grammy winners on stage, a six-figure Steinway center stage, and now he's throwing down a fundraiser to bring world-class music education to the next generation right here in Paso. He is an artist, a curator, a connector, and one of the most soulful cats I know. Let's welcome back to the show, Corey Jordan of Libretto. Thanks for being Up and Adam.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me back.
It's great. So first of all, we were on, I don't know, several months back, right before you started your partnership with Sensorio.
Yes.
That was epic.
And we're still rolling with that. I mean,
that's right.
Those guys have been so gracious out there to let us use their facility and kind of enhance the musical aspect of what they're doing. And yeah, we just did a show with 4-time Grammy Award-winning trumpeter Jay Jennings last month, and it was killing. And we're already looking forward to doing another one this summer out there.
So it's a whole summer series.
So yeah, we've been really grateful and fortunate to work with those guys out there. Ryan and Diego and their whole staff have been just excellent. We are doing, I think, every other month through the rest of the year.
All right, let's talk about the 22nd, because you've got classical, cello, a metal drummer, you on keys. I mean, that's not just a lineup. That's like a cocktail of chaos and soul. This is going to be incredible. When you put those ingredients together, Corey, what's the sound that you're chasing? Like, what's the feeling that you're hunting when you fuse all them frequencies, right?
Well, it's really cool. This is the second time I've played with this cellist, Giovanna Clayton. She is the sitting cellist for the LA Chamber Orchestra. She's a phenomenal musician playing with the best of the best. And then this is the second and third time I've played with Aaron, who's on the metal side from Under Oath. We're also bringing in, there's even more people coming in to play. Michael Raganese is going to be playing some jazz arrangements, some original music with the cellist from the LA Chamber Orchestra. So kind of just intertwining these genres of jazz and classical and metal and pop, you name it. We're just kind of showing the importance of improvisational music within the community.
So this is all improvisational?
90% of it.
You're jamming.
90% of it. We're going to have some lead sheets to work with, but when I played with Gio specifically, our two pieces this year are 100% improvisational.
When you guys get into like a jam session, like do you go, like do you look for cues? Like what are going to be the things that at least you have prepared with that maybe you're not preparing the music, but you kind of go like, at least I know homie does this with his leg when he's ready for it to, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, as I'm talking about it, I realize it sounds insane, right? you're doing what?
Yeah, right.
And it's really hard to really put into words the feeling or the idea you have, or when you're playing in this cohesive environment, you feel it. and the eye contact hits, and you know that you're counting at the same count. You're counting on the same 4, but there's some brilliance in maybe not always being 100% synced up. And, you know, you repeat a mistake twice, it's become a new pattern. And so we're just kind of taking that and just, you can learn some new chorus voicings. There's really no goal of trying to showcase a certain sound or a certain feel, but playing with top tier musicians. And I don't strike myself as one. I used to play professionally in my 20s. I'm a shell of what I used to be. I really look up to these amazing performers that come through our venue that have dedicated their lives and their careers to becoming the best of the best. And I don't like to put myself on that shelf, but it's fun to kind of sit in the driver's seat with these pros sometimes and just see how they do it.
You know, you are an incredible musician, but I do notice this, and it's very humble, but there's also like, I almost wonder, and this has been a theme on the show recently, and it just has happened to come up with many different like accomplished and like really talented people that we talk to. And that is this idea of like imposter syndrome. Has this been something that like imposter syndrome that you kind of like, oh, look at the Steinway. I don't deserve the Steinway. I don't deserve this. Like, do you feel that? Do you go through that or what?
That's a great question. And I think the simplest way I can put it, I was thinking about this earlier on my drive down here, is I'm not as confident in my playing as I was in my 20s. And maybe it's not having the perspective or the frame of reference of people that have really put tens of thousands of hours in. I've just found solace and grace in preparing a space that has the very best of the best infrastructure for these musicians to be at their best. Yeah. So I wouldn't say, it's a shame or not worthy. I find even more gratitude creating the space that is the best for them to experience.
Now, Libretto isn't just a venue. It breathes. It listens. It's got this heartbeat, like this room itself, that it wants to hear what it wants to play next. I mean, it's really a special place that you've designed there. When you're curating nights there, what are some like the non-negotiables? What are some of the things that has to be ready and particular just so for a night to be correct?
Sure. Well, I just blew rule number 1 by having my cell phone ringer off. I mean, there it is. that was my alarm going off saying I had to talk with you today. But no, I mean, it's no like deep or intense checklist. It's really just focusing on a few key fundamentals of creating an environment where the community aspect is reinforced through a social hour before the performance, of all of the audience members getting a chance to talk and mingle and realize that they know each other or they haven't seen each other in a few weeks and catch back up. But really, once the lights go down, then it becomes showtime, and we turn the focus over to the performers, and that energy is palpable on stage. And albeit it's not the longest show in the world, they're usually anywhere from 65 to 75 minutes, sometimes as lengthy as 90. But within that 65 to 75 minutes, much like a play or an opera or a live theater performance, you're locked in and you're engaged with the performer, and you're focused on the story they're telling. And this one just happens to be sonically.
You know, you and Kate started this from scratch, no blueprint, no like rule book per se, right? Just this piano, this vision. And when did you both feel like this stopped becoming like an idea and was really something like, wow, this is bigger than the both of us?
Well, yeah, we feel that almost every day. Where this whole thing spawned from is opening Amsterdam Coffee in Paso during COVID, during lockdown. And we moved in an old vintage Steinway piano and put it in the corner and started doing music and wine at night. And we saw it as a really important way to reconnect our communities coming out of COVID. And there wasn't a lot of venues putting on live music at that point. So we met a few key people in the beginning that really opened their Rolodex to us as far as talent-wise and from people from the entertainment industry. But Kate and I had this really unique opportunity to see this model working on a small scale at the coffee shop before we decided to really grab another gear and move to a larger infrastructure, a larger facility with what has now been deemed as one of the world's best pianos.
Let's talk about the 22nd, because we're gathering. It's going to be for a very special cause. And the whole way that this night is thought through is really special.
Thanks. Yeah, we're very excited to announce that this is our second round of Libretto Conservatory programs, where we have now utilized these relationships we've curated with different artists around the world to bring an educational aspect to their visit to Paso. As a kid born and raised Paso myself, I moved to major metropolitan areas, Paris, Los Angeles, to study music and to be immersed in this culture. And we have curated relationships within the last 4 years at Libretto as a venue with some of these performers that also happen to be on staff at Manhattan School of Music or Juilliard or, USC Thornton. And so we kind of had the idea, well, what if we extended their stay by a day or two and asked them if they would be open to teaching a masterclass, a 60-minute masterclass for local music students for free.
Wow. And then so you find from local schools who these deserving young men and women are and say, hey, you got an hour? Come on in.
Exactly. And we're working, one of the partners of the conservatory is my wife, Caitlin, and I, and Michael Raganese. And Michael Raganese is a professional touring musician that has his own school in Los Angeles that we've kind of extended that curriculum up into Paso. So it's a tried and true curriculum that we're just exposing to a whole new market of students within the North County.
Wow. This is going to be so much fun. And did you even understand, like, when did that kind of hit you? Like, okay, this is kicking off after Amsterdam. The venue is kicking off. We're getting world-class people, Grammy winners coming and playing on this beautiful piano.
Yeah, there was one last night.
It's crazy. Insane.
It's crazy. It's
insane.
Crazy.
And then you're like, okay, well, this is a way we can give back. And this is something that you said before we cracked the mics. And that was like, you grew up here and this wasn't something that was ever available to folks then.
No. And the beauty of it, it's not just enlightening musical education. It's from the best in the world.
Yeah.
People that have literally
at the top of their game.
The top of their game, currently at the top of their game, that are coming here, and we're utilizing that relationship to help kind of enlighten and inspire the next generation of musicians within our community. And like you said, I'm a kid born and raised Paso and graduated Paso High, and there was nothing like this. There wasn't even a recording arts program at Cuesta, which there is now, and that's phenomenal. But you know, as a classical pianist growing up in this community, that's why we moved to the larger areas, was to be around the professionals. So to have the opportunity through our membership and through fundraising to offer this education completely tuition free to local music students is honestly one of the most rewarding programs we could offer.
This is cool. And this is new and it's fresh. And does this feel like when you get the chance to like use your talents to connect with your community this way, you're at the top of your game? I mean, this is incredible.
Oh, thanks, Adam. We feel like this is the final puzzle piece coming together for Libretto and for what we're doing and what our portfolio entails and what kind of our vision and our mission statement is for this community.
Okay, so is this something that we want folks who maybe with resources, businesses that they can collectify? I mean, is this a 501c3 yet? What are we turning? What is this entity?
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. It's a great question. We have partnered up with the SLO CTE, the Career Technical Education 501. All donations are tax deductible. It runs through a nonprofit. We have teamed up also with the SLO County Office of Education to utilize their network to expand this program and offerings of this program within local schools, ranging from high school to all the way up to Cal Poly and Cuesta.
What is it about Paso, really, Corey, that lets something like Libretto work? Like, why here? Why now?
There's a perfect Venn diagram that had to happen for Libretto to become a concept that gained traction at the time it did.
Right.
And I give a lot of the energy and focus to the wine industry. The wine industry brought that culture here, for lack of a better word. It brought culture, it brought people that have seen the finer things. And as our director of operations at the conservatory, Rebecca Lancaster, put, art has taught this community, wine has taught this community to see art in everything we do. And so, that's when the Michelin star restaurants started popping up 3, 4, 5 years ago. And, just 2 blocks from Libretto, there's 3 different Michelin guide restaurants you can walk to. Yeah. But that also gives us the opportunity to host this world-class venue with this world-class piano in this community that seems to be having its renaissance right now.
Yeah. I mean, you've got like scholarships opening doors for kids who've really never stepped into a place like Libretto. Shoot, a lot of us maybe listening haven't stepped into a place quite like Libretto yet, let alone, maybe solo in front of people or put themselves out there. What do you say to that kid on like day one, who's like walks in carrying nothing but maybe nerves, a name tag, and is just like, and maybe a passion or curiosity about an instrument?
As I'm thinking about that response, I see a lot of myself in these kids, because on one hand, you're like, hey, thank you so much for coming and trusting us that we are offering you the very best in education and the very best in infrastructure. And we have one of the very best pianos with the best acoustics and all this stuff that we've worked so hard to curate at the highest level. But then on the other end, it's like, hey, kid, get your water off the piano. Yeah. Hey, move that soda. Hey, do you know where you're at right now? So it's
a Steinway.
Exactly. That thing costs more than my house down payment.
Right.
So no, but really just true. It's really inspiring to see the next generation willing to kind of take the torch and run with it.
Wine's got this duality. It's soft, then sharp, familiar, sometimes strange. And jazz music is the same. They both kind of stretch what you're comfortable with, what you know, and what you're willing to hear again. And do you think people are addicted to that comfortability musically, emotionally? And do you ever do people play to almost unsettle people in those ways?
That's a great question. I think there obviously is a dopamine fix you get from experiencing not just phenomenal wine or phenomenal cuisine, phenomenal music. And as I say through and through, is music is the only language you don't know how to speak to understand.
Yes.
You don't know how to speak a single word or read a single piece of sheet music to know exactly what you feel from what that music does for you. And that, for us, that's the most important thing that we know how to curate, and kind of the one thing I think me and my partner, my wife, and our whole community can contribute is focusing on that art and the beauty of it.
Okay, I'm not getting kinky, I promise. But what is your musical safe word? What's the word or phrase in music that just feels calming and feels like a North Star to you? Is there one? I don't know.
Just as a kid that grew up playing classical piano, there's some sort of allure that I keep circling back to, romantic classical, that the early 1900s, late 1800s, some of the music that came out of that era, of course, the world was war-stricken, but a lot of the music was full of sorrow and this pain and this struggle and trying to reconnect everything as it was broken. And everything in our eyes, through the eyes of Libretto, kind of comes full circle with that vision of making sure that through pain, through struggle, we can refocus and push everything forward. So that's kind of I'm not really a safe word, but more of a mantra and aura we try and put into everything we do.
What's, do you have any tattoos?
Yeah, I got a couple. They're mostly under the clothing, but yeah.
What's a chord that you would tattoo on your arm or something?
Oh, easy. It would be E flat.
Really?
That's the key. That's the key I wrote for my wife, Kate. I wrote a song for her about 11 years ago, and it's the key of E flat. She loves it. I'm actually going to be playing it with Giovanna Clayton on Thursday night.
Really?
Oh, if I didn't,
That's coming up.
Yeah, if I didn't play
on the
it,
22nd,
man,
I love it.
I'd be ruthless. Yeah, I love playing that song. I played it with Gio a year ago, and it's phenomenal. It's called the Boo Song. Be the key of E flat. Go ahead and put that triplet right on my chest.
So you, are able to, you're kind of spoiled because you have this beautiful, gorgeous Steinway that you're able to play on and offer to folks that come through Libretto. Is there another, because you know all about the ecology of these Steinways, where they are, and these concert ones, is there another one that you're like, God, if I could just get behind that one for a minute?
No, no.
Really?
No. We have. I'm just so grateful to say, and as a person who bought this instrument, me and Kate, when we bought it 3, 4, 5 years ago now,
right.
And it's a 6-figure amount that you're terrified of. And
Sure.
you're like, well, really?
Yeah.
But we made this conscious decision of, okay, let's forego the liquor license. Let's buy this piano.
Damn. Do you wish you would?
No, I think we made the best, safest investment.
Do you?
Because
a liquor license earns you some pretty good scratch, bro.
Hey, this piano's hold their value rather well. I'm learning.
I just heard the SLO County is unleashing 40 more. Can you get one?
We'd love to. I mean, that's been in the crosshairs. But as far as the piano investment, when we spent that money, of course, we think it's the best. We're biased. It's like a proud dad, right?
Yeah.
But we've had all these Grammy Award winners and all these amazing career musicians come through. We've put on over 850 shows in the last 4 years, and it echoes true with every pianist, every performer, that it is, in fact, the best instrument they've ever played in the world.
That's incredible.
I feel really comfortable with our investment, and it's helped us become, and I thank Steinway. I send them thank you emails almost once a year.
Do you really?
Yeah, to Benjamin at Steinway, who gave us the opportunity to buy this really special, rarefied unicorn CNA piano, which there's not very many of in the world. Man, well, Libretto, just killing it. I love to see how, having you back here since the Sensorial collab. You're doing it again. Doing some great folks out there. Thursday, the 22nd. We got all the links in the show notes. Make a reservation as you hear this right now, because this is a chance that, how much does it cost to get in? Tell me what we're doing. Oh, so there's no minimum donation for this event. Because you're a private club. We are private. That costs money. Oh, yeah. This is an event that we are going to open to the public. This is a chance to come and see Libretto. Yeah. And just make a donation to this great cause. It could be $5. It could be $50,000. It's whatever you feel that you can contribute. Yes. We're taking all the help we can get to really help push the music in this community. And yes, we are a private club predominantly, and we do have 75 members, and there's a short waiting list, and we're really grateful to have the support that we have. I love that you have a heart for this like this, man. Hey man, it's what helps us, make all the long nights and early mornings worth it. That's for sure.
Well, if you have heard of Libretto and maybe don't feel like, I want to learn more before I become a member, this is your chance. And you're going to be listening to music with purpose because this is for a great cause. Corey Jordan, it is great to see you. Great to see you in the LoBro Studios. Last time I was up there.
Yeah, this is great. It's a vibey down here. I love it. Thanks for having me, Adam. It's a whole scene down here.
And then next time I'll come up there, we'll play some Heart and Soul again. See if I can't practice a little with you.
I don't know. I got to dust the cobwebs off a little bit.
I would try, again, we always say wish luck to those who need it, but you're going to kill it, break a leg on Thursday, and appreciate you, my man.
Hey, thank you, Adam. I appreciate your time.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
Well, if you're listening and you've ever been moved by music, go check it out. Whether you donate $5 or 50 grand, every bit helps open a door for a young artist. You can find all the details and links to Libretto, the Conservatory, and the May 22nd show. That is tomorrow. LibrettoPaso.com. And yes, of course, all those links in the show notes. And Corey, next time I'm up there, I want to jam on that piano again with you. Until then, keep playing with purpose, my man. All right, tomorrow on Up+Adam, one of my absolute favorite chefs. He has so much passion, enthusiasm inside of him. I love Nicola Allegretta. I hope I'm putting the right amount of stank on that. Nicola Allegretta. I feel like such a prestigious name, it should have a little stank with it. He is the chef and owner of not only Mama's Meatball, but of Mistura. So he's capturing Italian, straight up home recipes known as Mama's recipes with Mama's Meatball. And then he's got Peruvian cuisine down to a T. And how did that happen? How is he one of the top 5 Peruvian restaurants in the nation right here in San Luis Obispo? We'll find out all about when we talk to Chef Nicola tomorrow. A really great conversation in the LoBro Studios of Timbre. I cannot wait to share with you. Till then, thank our friends at Moonshiner Collective for original music on the show called Start Again. Also to our friends at Timbre Winery for the LoBro Studios at Timbre. Their tasting room is in Arroyo Grande. Their facility that we record out of, the LoBro Studios, is in San Luis Obispo. So if you've been there, you know it is like Corey said today, it is quite a scene. Thanks to you also for rating, reviewing, subscribing to the show, sharing it with a friend, and really making it possible for others to discover what we're doing here. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Till tomorrow, I'm Adam Montiel. Thank you for being Up+Adam.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again. Let's start again.